Hello, everyone. So I think we are live. So I'm really looking forward to today's talk. And I welcome all of you guys, whether you're watching now when this is live or after. I welcome all of your questions. Also, when you show up, I would love to hear where you're at and where you're tuning in from. It's just really kind of cool sometimes to see the reach of videos like this and how many people around the world we're touching. So maybe just comment in the comments where you're watching this from. I would love to hear from you. And so all the way throughout this, you guys, I want this to be as interactive as possible. So if you have questions pop up, if you have confusions pop up, if you have like WTFs that pop up, please write them in the comments. I will be here to answer all of them. And I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of a format because when we're dealing with the process, the power of the subconscious mind, there's a lot to it. So I definitely want to start us out from like a whole perspective and then kind of chisel it down to the practicalities of how we can actually use our subconscious mind in a way that can benefit us, that can increase our health and can increase our overall well-being as we live and go about in this world. So, hey, William. Nice to see you. Hey, Angelica, good to see you. And everybody else who's popping in, hello, hello. So I think I'm gonna breathe for a second. Okay, so let's get started. So I drew a little bit of a diagram for you guys because sometimes it's a little bit more helpful to kind of point it out. So I'm going to hold it up for you guys here. It might be a little glary. I've got a window there. I don't want it to be too glary. Hello, Alana. Welcome, welcome from Wyoming. You guys are everywhere already. That's amazing. So I hope you guys can see this and I'm not too like darkened out. But I'm going to give a quick overview of this. We're going to dive into each of these sections on different talks. Today, as I mentioned, we're predominantly focusing on the subconscious mind. But in order to understand what the subconscious mind is, you need context. So this is why I'm starting with this, okay? So first and foremost, I'm going to discuss the conscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is literally like the way that we perceive the world. It is our perception. And this is the mind that allows us to look on our world, as you see our little world over here, the little world over here. We like look onto the world. Our perception is going through these filter systems, okay? And it's like literally like a filter in your mind, like a stack of like papers that it's got to go through. And this filter is everything from your beliefs to your thoughts, to your stories, to your past experiences, to your habits, to your conclusions, to literally everything that you've experienced in your life. Those are the filters. So before we actually look upon the world, our perception passes through these filters. And so this is why it's a huge concept that your perception equals projection. So you will see in your world what you hold in your mind. Even Einstein's one who says that, right? Like either this is a friendly universe or this is a hostile universe. Either this is a universe of miracles or it's just not at all. And so based on this filter, we will see the world in a particular way. Now, these filters and what is contained within them, so like all of the different beliefs that you hold, all of the different stories that you hold, all of the different conclusions that you've made are found in the subconscious mind. So I literally look at the subconscious mind as like a storage container. It's literally a storage container for everything that you have experienced in this world. Like, holy moly, that's big deals, right? And so for this realization that this is our subconscious mind, we need to realize that our subconscious mind is literally where we must deal with all of the past that we hold inside of ourselves. So it's one thing to become aware of your thoughts, necessary. That's actually how you make what is unconscious conscious. So that instead of like being in the state of unconsciousness, just kind of going about your days, thinking the world's happening to you, the laws of the world affect you, all of these things that are like outside in, once you start to bring awareness to what you're thinking, that is when you become conscious. Okay, so the main goal once you become conscious is mindfulness, is meditation, is realizing I control my thinking, is realizing that I can make decisions. But we're also realizing that as we bring conscious awareness to what we think, we're also bringing conscious awareness to what we hold inside our subconscious mind. So the only way that we are going to clear out, in a sense, the filters of our subconscious mind is by bringing conscious awareness to it. Okay, and so I also like to point out that in this subconscious realm, let me give you a visual for a minute. You've probably heard of this before or seen it somewhere, but you can also think of the subconscious mind like an iceberg, right? So that when you think of an iceberg, you see the tip of the iceberg above the water, but there's this huge, ginormous thing under the water. All of that stuff that's under the water that you cannot see is your subconscious mind, okay? And it's either prompters that are coming from love, or it's prompters that are coming from fear. Now, as we look upon the world that we live in, what kind of world currently, presently, do you think it is made up to be? It's quite fearful, right? It's going to drill fear into us with all of the ads on TV. It's going to drill fear into us by all of the systems that we have set up for our quote unquote safety. It is a fear-based world. And so if we're taking in all of our world through, like, just seeing it through our physical eyes, it's literally going to be fear-based that we hold in our subconscious mind. What we're also starting to recognize, okay, is that we don't only just have prompters from the physical world, we also have prompters from our superconscious mind. Okay, this is where people call it God, soul, spirit, knowledge, truth, wisdom, those higher levels of consciousness that we're learning to tap into. So once we become aware of our conscious mind, we make what is unconscious conscious, and we realize that it's really our subconscious mind that leads our whole experience, then we can start to be like, wow, I want to become aware of what it is that I'm actually telling my subconscious to do. Because once we've told our subconscious what to do, it becomes automatic. Okay, so for example, when we're teaching our children to walk, I'm gonna put this down for a second, my arm hurts. So when we're teaching our children to walk, by the way, hi everyone, hi Julie, hi friends. So when we're teaching our children to walk, it's a process of practice, right? At first they stumble, at first they fall on their knees, they fall on their bums continually, and then they slowly start to get better, and then they get better at stepping over rocks and stepping over big things until all of a sudden they're walking perfectly, and it's really never a problem again, unless you're clumsy, of course. And so, like, it becomes natural and it becomes automatic, just like with riding a bike. Once you've learned how to ride it once, you've got it for the rest of your life. Just like driving, you guys, it is our subconscious mind that drives those vehicles. You don't actually have to put conscious thought into it every day. So we must, like, give thanks really to our subconscious mind, because it is what leads us. But now imagine if what we observed and what we witnessed in, like, our parents and our school system and on television and just peers and religion and all of these different things, just imagine if we observed all that and what we were getting back from all that was negative, was difficult, was traumatic, was hard. Well, that's all stuffed into the subconscious, okay? And that is going to be basically our automatic drive of how we see the world. And sometimes when that's in the subconscious mind, we can't help but look out into the world and see all the suffering and see all the terribleness. But what we're learning is that we can, through a process of steps and a process of approaches, clear out that subconscious mind. Okay, we literally can cleanse those filters so that there's almost this sense of, like, space, so that we can welcome those prompters from the superconscious. And also what happens is when we cleanse out those filters between the subconscious and the conscious mind, we're enabling what I call here, no, the Course in Miracles calls here, miracle impulses. That miracle impulses can rise from the subconscious and through to the conscious. But when we've got so much junk, like, stuck in the layers of our subconscious mind, we're not going to be able to reach those deep miracle impulses. We're not really going to just allow the naturalness of the miracles that are present to rise as they're intended to be. So this is why I'm so passionate about this, because there literally is a formula, a way to look within, to cleanse within, and to allow those miracle impulses to rise. And what I mean by miracle impulses is a miracle is literally a shift in perception. It is a shift in perception from fear to love. It literally cancels out fear. It undoes fear. It undoes sickness. It undoes pain. It undoes the past. And it allows you to rest fully in the present, which is where our true self is, which is where knowledge is, which is where wisdom and health and this sense of whole being comes to life. And so this is kind of the whole work, right? And our ego minds, our fear minds will tell us that it's hard, It'll tell us that it's difficult. It will tell us that it's not possible. You know, maybe you think you have too many experiences. Like, how could I possibly, you know, clear out this filter? I mean, I've got how many years, right? But the good news is that also, like, these miracle impulses that exist on the lower base levels of the subconscious mind, its function is to collapse time, right? Like, its function is to like clear out space. And now, like that, like I'm in the health field, like I really realize the importance of linking up like our conscious mind and our decision-making power. So our ability to make decisions for the foods we eat, for the supplements we take, for the way we care for ourselves, but also the link between our subconscious mind. Because when we connect them and allow like this channel to become open and clear, that is when we're making way for the best life that we can possibly live, the healthiest life, the happiest life, like everything we feel we want in this experience here of life on earth. And so this is what I want for everyone. And so basically that's the subconscious mind. I'm gonna like pause for a second and see if there's any questions that you guys maybe have. Oh, hey, Majid, good to see you, brother. Thank you. I'm glad you're loving this. If you guys have any questions, I would love to answer them before I kind of move on as to like how this kind of affects your life, even though I kind of touched upon that, and your eating habits. I'll just pause for 1 second, but keep them coming if anything does pop up. So in regards to all this amazingness, okay, where I want to go with this is a realization that when we don't have conscious awareness of what we think, and we don't have conscious awareness of our ability to choose between the thoughts that exist in our mind, we are more so in the level of unconsciousness, right? We just kind of go about our days, and that's just what it is. We're not taught this stuff in school. We're just not. And so it's completely innocent if we don't yet know this, or to whatever degree we don't know it. But now we're in a position to learn. So now we can activate our willingness to choose differently, to choose again, and to become aware of the subconscious factors and not to be afraid of them. It's fear that keeps them stuck down. It's our willingness that allows them to rise and be like, you know what? I deserve whole health. Like, I deserve to live my greatest life, and almost like maybe set it up as a science experiment to prove it to yourself, right? So I find that when we're not aware of these things, how it affects us is by this. We grow up as children, we observe through our physical eyes what our parents do, how they interact, and we take it in. We make conclusions based on what our parents told us to do and not do. We make conclusions based on what our school system set up for us to learn and not learn, our medical community to learn and not learn. And all of those observations, like I said, get stuck into the subconscious mind. And that affects us on every single level of our being, okay? Like if we, let's say, okay, this example is coming to my head. Let's say when you're younger, you know, parents are busy. You know, they're working. I know what that's like. It's hard to balance it, right? And then if you're a young child and all of a sudden, let's say you get sick, right? And now normally your parents are busy, go, 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 don't see them a lot, but now you're sick. And now your mom pays attention to you, right? She spends time with you. She cuddles with you. You know, she does all the things that are expressions of love. It's very, very, very easy for a small young mind who doesn't know any better to make the conclusion that sickness equals love. Very easy, right? And then when you make the conclusion when you're younger, that sinks into the subconscious. And then later in life, we have all these sicknesses arise, okay? And they're now, thank goodness, we have been given absolute gifts to help us on all levels of the physical body. But what I'm bringing attention here too is also our ability to heal those faulty conclusions. We call them faulty problem-solving approaches. We're trying to solve the problem of being sick or not seeing our parents enough with ideas of love that aren't necessarily true. And so what we learn through this process is start to look at all those conclusions, to start to look at all those stories and question them. Like, is this true? Like, is it really true that I'm not worthy? Like, is it really true that I'm not lovable? Is it really true that I'm not enough? Because to be honest, so many people think that. I remember when I was younger, looking at my mom and watching her, and she's the one that I learned my predominant relationship to food with because I watched her and her relationship to food. But I remember looking at her and my family and just people and making this conclusion like, wow, everyone's unhappy. And I thought in that moment, I don't want to be unhappy. Like, there must be another way. Like, there must be another way. And that was really, really young. Just awareness that people are unhappy around here. And I decided from that moment that, okay, well, my life must consist of finding another answer, finding another way. And I've kind of stumbled across this as my path to understanding that answer. And so now where I stand is that I want to be one of those beacons to educate others that yes, we can love ourselves fully. Yes, we can know ourselves fully. Yes, we can live the most healthy, highest quality of life possible on earth. And there are so many things that can complement that experience to make that true. Okay, so the subconscious mind affects our life on every level of our being. It affects what we think, it affects what we eat, it affects what we feel, it affects how we perceive the world and perceive ourselves. Like, that's big deals. Right? So we want to be dealing with our subconscious mind and having the awareness that we can do something about it. Okay? And this is what I want to do predominantly with you all today, is empower you with the realization that you can become curious about what's going on in your subconscious mind and become open to seeing, so that you can heal it, so you can forgive it, so you can let it go. And that really is like the ticket that just another thing here with the idea of like the subconscious mind, or excuse me, the superconscious mind, I feel like that is the link to our own soul, like to the spirit, to life. So when we are choosing to look at what's going on in our subconscious mind, just be curious, just wanting to see, just wanting to look. It's literally the energy of the superconscious that shines light and helps us to see. Okay, so my main point in saying that is that you're not alone. Okay, it's not like you have to have your own self lead you through this. You will basically like be led by a power greater than yourself, right? This is where faith comes in. This is where trust comes in. And also this is where community comes in, because we need to help each other with this. Okay, there's specific ways of how it is that we can unlock the subconscious mind so we can really see what's going on there. Okay, so I kind of wanted to share a little bit now that you kind of, hear these ideas as I presented them, to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of how it is that we can reprogram our subconscious mind. Okay, because this is a really important step. So far, you have become aware of basically what the subconscious mind is. Like, it's a storage container, right? That is where we have the prompters from either love or fear. We've also realized that it is our conscious mind that is the decision maker that chooses to either perceive its world through love or fear. And we also realize that we receive super conscious prompters that will help us to release things that are no longer serving us in our subconscious mind. Okay, so the next question will probably be, well, how do I reprogram what's going on in there? Like, if you struggle with food eating, which I've done my whole life, if you struggle with sickness of any kind, if you struggle with addiction of any kind, if you struggle with stress, anxiety, overwhelm, any diseases, like, the ticket, my friends, is to choose what is healthy for you in foods and in supplements, and to choose what is healthy for you in thoughts. So the first step in reprogramming our subconscious mind is to decide that you need and want to heal. It literally starts with the decision. Like, it's unacceptable to me that I'm going to be sick, is like a conclusion, it's like a thought that I would say. It's unacceptable to me that I'm going to struggle in my relationship to food anymore. It's unacceptable to me that I continue to carry around this weight or this pain, this trauma. It is unacceptable for me to suffer anymore. When you can make the decision that you no longer want to suffer, and when you make the decision that you no longer want to be in pain, that's the beginning, you guys. That's the open door. That's all that's needed, is like willingness to open up the door. Okay, the next thing that I would suggest is to learn a little bit of self-hypnosis. Okay, so I'm really grateful that I was taught these tips 10 years ago, and it's helped me to choose the thoughts that are of my highest good. Okay, so I've always said things like this or even greater, right? Like, I want this thought or something even greater. Like, I want my highest thoughts about myself possible to be what I hold in my mind. And all of us can set these goals of saying, like, I want to hold only what is most truly loving in my subconscious mind. And so the way to practice self-hypnosis is super simple. And you know what, you guys? I think I'm going to take you through some self-hypnosis, like right now, okay? Because this is something that you can do when you're lying in bed, right before you go to sleep. This is something you can do when you feel anxiety coming on and you need to deal with it. This is something that you can teach to your children that they can start practicing right now. Because when you take yourself through this process of like deep relaxation or like hypnosis or whatever you want to call it, it's literally just a deep state of rest so that you're not having all that like monkey mind, conscious mind, hubble jubble, bounce, bounce, bounce all the time. You learn how to like clear the conscious mind, still the conscious mind, so that you can allow what is in your subconscious to rise. And remember, we want to allow what is in the subconscious mind to rise so we can let it go. And since you're the decider, you're the chooser, when something comes up that's painful, we can ask for help from the superconscious. We can ask for healing from the superconscious. We can ask to see this differently. Because again, the conscious is just perception, and what we're wanting is to change our perceptions, and that's how we change our whole life, okay? So I want you all, oh, welcome, Robin, you're coming for the self-hypnosis part. Welcome, welcome. So what I want you all to do is just get comfy. If you're sitting on your chair, just relax. Maybe you want to lie down in bed if you can hear me, and just get comfortable. Like there's nothing you need to do except for listen to my voice. Oh my gosh, don't worry about being late, my love. It's recorded. You can see it later. Plus, you probably heard this stuff from me before. So just relax, right? Just get comfy. So I'm going to do this with you because remember, this is self-hypnosis. This is self-deep relaxation. And the point is to connect with the inner and deepest parts of our being. And we're being guided by love. So all is well. So I just close my eyes. Feel free to close your eyes with me. Just rest your hands on your knees. Feel your palms open to the sky. We're opening to receive today. Just take a few deep breaths. And already you can feel the energy relax. Maybe your shoulders drop downward. You relax your face and your tongue and your jaw. And all we're going to do here is count down from 10 to 1. And by the time we get to count to 1, that is the place where we're most receptive to new thoughts, new ideas. And this is part of the reprogramming, right? To reprogram our mind with new thoughts. And what we're remembering also is that it takes practice, like it does with riding a bike, with driving a car, with learning how to walk or talk. It takes practice. It takes constant application. It takes trying it every day. So this isn't a one-shot wonder. But we are relaxed and feeling that zone of relaxation. Maybe you feel your heart beating, your blood pumping, your breath flowing. And so we'll start with 10, feeling the relaxation in our forehead and in our eyes. And just imagine the relaxation of your forehead and your eyes. And 9, we feel the relaxation of our cheeks. And our ears are turned inward. And 8, relaxing our jaw and our neck and our shoulders. All the way down to 7 as we feel our arms relaxing and very heavy on our laps. And 6, all the way deeply relaxed through the chest and the back and down through the spinal column. And down to 5, feeling that relaxation in our digestive system, in our stomach, in all internal organs, cleansing and healing. And deep relaxation down through the hips as a 4, down relaxation through the legs, 3, all the way down, deep relaxation to the feet and toes, 3, 2, 1. Deep relaxation. And it's in this place of deep relaxation that we are open and receptive to positive and loving thoughts that will help to heal us, that will remind us of our wholeness and bring us peace. So let's just say a few thoughts together, and you can repeat them silently in your mind or say them out loud. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. The power of decision is my own. The power of decision is my own. The power of decision is my own. I decide only for loving, healthy, and true thoughts today. I choose only for loving, healthy, and true thoughts today. I choose only for loving, healthy, and true thoughts today. Just rest here for a moment, paying attention to how you feel. Perhaps there's more stillness of mind, tingling of the body. Whatever you feel right now, just honor it. And whenever you're ready, just slowly wiggle your fingers and open up your eyes. And that's it, right? That's self-hypnosis. So you literally can make a commitment to yourself that you will take yourself, it's called like a progressive relaxation, where you're just going from the top of your head through every level of the body, all the way down to your toes. And if you just make a commitment to yourself to take yourself through that deep relaxation, and maybe decide beforehand the kind of thoughts that you're going to repeat to yourself and affirm to yourself, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to reprogram your mind. And I know for me, sometimes what's really helpful also is taking myself into deep relaxation and just being still. You know, maybe going in with an intention, like what do I need to see today? Like what do I need to feel today? What do I need to understand today? What do I need to heal or forgive today? Right? Just take an intention with you. And I promise you, you will see what you need to see. You will heal what you need to heal. You will forgive what you need to forgive. And remember also, this is a process. It takes commitment like anything else. Okay, so I want to be right by your side and help you. Okay, so reach out anytime to me. Let me know where you're at. I would love to support you. And because I am a big fan of whole health and ensuring that we care for ourselves on all levels, body, mind, spirit, sometimes I've realized that it takes some real conscious awareness of the quality of foods that we're eating. I'm a big advocate for the life-giving fruits and vegetables in their rawest form. And I feel like this is a big part of how it is that we make loving choices for ourselves every day, and how we are teaching our subconscious minds that we want to live a life of love and of health and of happiness is through the decisions and choices that we make. And so I really want to offer you guys to meet me actually this Sunday. I'm going to say at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so this time that I popped on here. But I'm going to meet in a private group this time. Okay, and I want to share with you some of the beautiful gifts that have been given me to give you guys. Okay, and if you guys know me and you know my story and you know my journey and you know where I've come from, I literally live by asking Creator, by asking God, what would you have me do? What would you have me say? Where would you have me go? And who would you have me talk to, right? So my life is led by this sense of asking in spirit. I've done my best to clear out my filters. You know, I'm not perfect, but I've done my best, and I've found myself in the most perfect place where I feel like I can help people on all levels of their being. So I want to show you these new gifts, these new products that have been given me to serve you. And so if you are interested to take part in this event this Sunday, a private event at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, PM me, private message me, okay? It doesn't even have to be in the comments. You let me know if this work that I've done here is helpful for you, if you feel you can benefit from other products and supplements and things to bring love and life to your body, to your gut, to your microbiome, to your being. Holler at me, message me, tell me, let me know, and I want to be there with you to help you on all levels of your being, okay? So private message me. Let me know if you want the details to join us in this private group. It'll be more sacred, more close. You'll get to talk to me, ask me anything, and we'll literally get to focus on the qualities of healing, because that is what I'm about, helping you to heal and helping you to be your greatest self. Okay, so let me know if this is something that speaks to you. I'm here for you. And again, if you're watching this now or later, you guys, just ask me anything. If you ask me here or PM me, I'm available. I'm here for you. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. If this is helpful, share it, maybe spread the word. Let people know that we can take control and reprogram our subconscious minds to live our best life. So yeah, so I hope that's it. Yeah, I'll just pause for 1 second, see if there's anything else. I know that this was a lot. I know I gave you a lot today, but thankfully it's recorded, so you can go back and listen to it from the beginning. And just take your time, sit with it. This is something that can really, really help us and ultimately help our family and ultimately help our world. You know, let's do this. So yeah. Aw, you're out of. That's okay, Julie. I'm sure I'll have more. I'm feeling really called to bring us all together and in as many ways as possible. So I'm sure there'll be more. You're in my mind, actually. I was going to let you know about this. So I will keep you posted when the next one is, because I'd love you to be part of it. I'd love you to learn more. So yeah, so that's it, my friends. Thank you for being with me today. You guys, peace and health always, okay? Bye.